okay.
Okay.
Okay. Let me get my glasses. Yes, ma'am, I'm ready.
You ready? Okay, good, good. Well, thank you all for being here this morning. It's such an honor and a privilege to be here to celebrate this great day with you. And I'm Cynthia Riley. I'm the Senior Director of Development for the George R. Brown School of Engineering. And welcome to Rice University. We're honoring the Putcha family today for their commitment in school, to their dedication to Rice and to the School of Engineering. And I want to welcome you all, including our 5th president, George Rupp, who's joined us virtually, and those who are in person. So thank you. Thank you for being here. The Putcha family's association with Rice has been longstanding, with Mallik's cousin sister Nata obtaining her BA in '73 and his son Garish obtained his BA in 1991. The late Sidney Burris became a dear friend when Rice signed an MOU with IITM for an academic and research collaboration. Mallik, we're grateful for you and your family that you've chosen to honor your parents, your mother, your father, who is a self-made mathematician, and your mother, who, with this endowment and support of the Computational and Applied Mathematics Department. Before you give comments, and our chair, Ilya Hicks, the chair of the Computational Applied Mathematics Department, provide remarks, I'd like to present you with a small token of our appreciation from Dean Louis Knockley on behalf of the School of Engineering.
Thank you. You want to do it right now up front?
Well, this is
Okay.
anyway. We'll take.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
The flash going off?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I'll put it back over here. And Mallik, we look forward to your family's
yeah.
comments.
Okay.
Please come. Welcome.
Yeah, okay. Come on, sit down.
Right on time, we just spent the money.
That's my cousin Khan
Okay.
and my niece Sunita.
Oh, it's nice.
Yeah. Okay. And so you want to sit down somewhere?
Yeah, go ahead. He's going to say the remarks and then you'll
Oh, okay.
make your remarks after.
Oh,
after
okay,
the
no problem.
family.
No problem. I didn't want to hide anybody. I'm a big guy.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Rice, and all of you. Appreciate it. And then I know I have been talking with Cynthia for the last few weeks. And earlier, Sarah Rice was the one who was helping me out. And then I think Keith Cooper. And so I think I know he may not be there. So one thing I think for those of you, I know George Rupp is there. And then I do want to, I think some of you may not be knowing him. And he was the former president of Rice University, as you know. And I think, George, I'll take a couple of minutes to introduce you to the rest of the crowd over here. And George was in divinity studies from Princeton, Yale, Rice, and Columbia. That was his credentials. Thank you, George, for coming over here. And then I really appreciate you taking time for this one. And the thought of honoring my parents came to me because I've been thinking about it for some time, but it started formulating in summer of 2019 when I talked with Sidney Burris. I think, as some of you know, he was the Dean of Engineering. And then when I was, we were doing the MOU between Rice and IIT Madras. So I did talk with Sidney, and since my father was a self-made mathematician, so I wanted to do it in mathematics. So he arrange for a little get together luncheon. And so we quickly arranged on the computational applied, I think the department's name is the
Computational and Applied Mathematics.
okay, computational applied mathematics. So we did that. And then, so I think, so quickly we signed the MOU in October 2nd, 2019. And it so happened that the 150th birthday of Mahatma Gandhi, the father of the nation. So we did that quickly. And then the idea was that once I sell my Clear Lake house, that then I can do it. But it took a little bit more time. So I thought by 2021 I will do it, but it took a little bit more time. So we were off by about a few weeks. And so the what I wanted to talk about, obviously, a little bit about my parents. I may break down, but bear with me. My father was about 5 years old, and my grandmother was a single parent in 1891. And my father had a very difficult childhood. Slowly and steadily, with the help of my parent, my grandmother, as well as his maternal uncle, he did his BA in mathematics in college in Rajahmundry. There were not that many colleges at that time, but a little bit away. And then he did his licentiate in teaching, BALT. Then he was part of the school system, and then taught mathematics and other languages and English and everything. And so he retired as the, I think basically there was a system that in the British system, it's called the Inspector of Schools, where you go to the schools, and when the teacher teaches class, you question the teacher, the students, to see how much they have learned and all of that. But that's a more of a British system, and that actually substitutes the grading kind of a thing that happens in the over here. So he retired as the headmaster of the training high school in Chittoor, and that's where I was born. And actually my nephew, I think you have there in the middle, Prasad Vepa, he was also born. He was only, we were 3 months apart. He was my first eldest sister's son. And then, so basically we were, you have the pointer now. See whether it is my pointer here. Oh, that's the problem. Okay. Okay, I did not turn it on. So those are my parents, okay. And then, so that's there. And then we were 10. My eldest brother, my second brother, my eldest sister, Prasad Vepa, I think their son. And then Shastri, that you will be having a little bit later, he will be speaking on the video. He is my second sister. And then my third brother, fourth sister, my immediate brother is there in Bangalore. and my third sister, and my fifth sister immediately elder to me, and myself and my wife. So we were a family of 5 brothers and 5 sisters. And so he made sure, because of his difficult childhood and schooling, he made sure that all of us had education. And so my eldest brother, unfortunately, we lost him in 1941. And he was a genius in our family. University first, gold medalist, College of Engineering, India, Madras, now it is called Chennai. And since he passed away in August of 41, because of the cerebral malaria, we could not save him. And he gave part of his name, Subramaniam. That's part of my middle name. And even when I was on the day before I was leaving Madras in December 27th, 1972, he reminded me, he gave me 2 messages. Number 1, he said, I don't have the courage to start life in a new country. Number 1. Number 2, don't ever forget you are named after a genius, Subramaniam. That Edith was always there from my life. So in my own way, I try to be as good as my eldest brother, because all of us, all 5 of us, 5 brothers, try to stack up to my eldest brother. There is no way, I was nowhere in the, compared to the academic standing, my eldest brother. But in my own way, in my professional career and the academic career, I try to achieve, to get a recognition for the family, Putcha family. And so I try to live by the simple edict that my parents and my maternal uncles and other people, family elders have taught in us. What ultimately matters in life is your mere name, not your fame, not your titles, and not your wealth. And hopefully I did that, and I inculcated that into my, I think I was seeing whether my son is in India, whether he is logged in, so obviously he's not logged in. But anyway, as well as my daughter, because my son was a Rice alumnus, 87 to 91. He used to be in Sidridge. So what I always feel is, when I went to school in IIT Madras, 59 through 64 and 64 to 66, Indian people of 60s educated us, because I got the merit cum means and all other scholarship about 75 rupees. So that was about $15 in that money. And then when I came here to University of Houston in 72, December in 73, spring of 73, I got the graduate assistantship. And because of that, I had the resident tuition that was about $50 for 12 credit hours. So essentially, the Texans of 70s have educated me as well as my wife. So we were paying only $50 for 12 credit hours. That's $4 an hour. So I never forgot that the Indian people in 60s and the Texans or the American citizens have educated me. So it is my responsibility to give it back whatever I could. I'm not a millionaire by any stretch of imagination, but whatever I can afford, I could give it back. So this endowment that I'm doing is the 6th one. I have done it for my wife and Professor Sampath at my IIT Madras Alpha Mater, as well as Professor Hire from University of Houston, and then Bernard Trotsky's School of Management and Industrial Engineering, as well as Charles McKay at Clear Lake. And this will be my 6th one. So I wanted to make sure that whatever opportunities that I had, obviously the people who gave the money never knew who Mallik Putcha is, but I did get benefit out of that. So the people in 2020 or 2030 will get the benefit from in whatever way the rice chooses to, and then you and your team.
Hopefully I'm still here in 2030.
Choose to honor the people, and then that is all your responsibility. So basically, what I want to say is this endowment all started with a 22-year-old single mother and a 5-year-old son. And so what we are doing today is to honor my parents. They give utmost importance to education. And obviously, education will elevate people whatever way they choose to. And so thank you, Rice, and thank you all, and I appreciate all the help. And now, I think there are 4 or 5 of us. I think we have the video we could start, because basically there are 4 people. Prasad is going to speak, and then and I don't think, yeah, and then okay, before then, before I go off, okay, I got 2 messages from my brother, and my nephew is over there, Srinivas Durvasula, okay, here. And so I think, let me get, I thought I printed it out. Okay. So, yeah, okay. Yeah, I do have it. There were 2 members of our family out of 20. Now we are only 3 of us. My sister-in-law is their eldest sister-in-law. She's in Hyderabad. She sent a message. And my brother, he is in Bangalore. And so he sent a message. So I will read out, because obviously my eldest sister-in-law, she is the patriarch of the Putcha family. So I think I'm going to read that one. And her name is Lakshmi Putcha. I'm very happy that the names of my father-in-law and mother-in-law will be permanently be there in the Rice University. That was the message from her. And then the message from my immediate elder brother, Dr. Durvasula. He was the head of the Department of Aeronautics at Institute of Science, Bangalore. And he was a student of University of Maryland at College Park in late 50s. And from there, he went over there. The message from my brother, Dr. Durvasula, is overwhelmed by emotions. I do not find adequate words to articulate my lofty sentiments in this sacred context. I wish to congratulate my dear younger brother for the fine philosophy in the memory of our reverend parents. Those are the messages from our family. And then what I want to do is my second sister's son is Venkat Sastry. And then he has sent a video message. He is a professor at Cranfield, UK. And so, as he says, he and my third brother's daughter, Rama Lakshmi, because obviously every one of us is named with the Indian customs. The grandchildren are named after the grandparents or grandson. So if she's also a Rama Lakshmi, of course, the last name is different. And then, so I think she is another of my second brother's, my second brother's second daughter. And let's see. Okay, and I think, yeah, okay. So what I would do is I will ask you play that one clip from Venkat Sastry.
You all, and one of the grandchildren and Rama Lakshmi. Thank you for accommodating me on this fitting occasion to share a few memories on the occasion of inaugural Lakshmi Narasimham and Rama Lakshmi lecture. Let me begin with one of my grandfather's favorite peace chants. Sahana Bhavatu, Sahanau Bhunaktu, Sahaviryan Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu, Ma Vidvishavahai, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. An approximate translation of that stanza is, may it, the divine knowledge, protect us both. May it nourish us both. Let us create energy together. May our achievements be bright. May we not have any conflict. Let there be peace, peace, peace. I was in my high school days, mid-60s, where solving geometry problems gave a lot of street credibility. I owe a great deal to my grandfather, who nurtured my passion in mathematics, particularly geometry problems. We used the books Plain Trigonometry by S. L. Loney, Algebra, School Algebra by Colin Knight. In fact, there is another copy which is the most challenging, but that goes by the title, a subtitle without answers. He used to respond to my queries on a little card and pack it in as much information as one possibly could. Come to think of it, you can pack a lot. In fact, he pioneered, one might say, distance education, remote tutoring way back in 1960s. Those were the days of no internet, no Khan Academy, no YouTube, just plain postal services. He always used to address me using my full name with his blessings, and then only start with the explanations, solutions, and further questions for me to explore. I wish I had preserved these postcards. These cards laid the foundation to my career in applied mathematics and led to a fulfilling career in teaching. I will save the details of my journeys in scientific computing for another time. For now, thank you all. This is a fitting tribute to my grandfather's memory. Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. Thank you.
And currently we are planning to have his inaugural lecture April 25th kind of a time frame. That's the tentative date. And then topic and all of that between you and him, I think you guys will finalize that and then take it from there. And then next, I think, let's see, I think Prasad.
Yes, I'm here.
That's my eldest sister's second son. He and I were classmates, roommates at IIT Madras. So we know, because he is only 3 months younger than me. So we were partners at crime all over.
Thank you, Mallik, and it's greetings to all of you officials at RICE, Dr. Rupp and Cynthia and all the other officials. It's a great honor to be part of this, and thank you, Mallik. I applaud you for what you're doing in establishing this endowment. My full name is Lakshmi Prasad Vapor, though I'm known as Prasad Vapor, so Lakshmi has become my middle name. I'm the, as Mallik said, I'm the second son of Adi Lakshmi Vapor, the eldest daughter of my grandfather, Lakshmi Narasimham, and Rama Lakshmi. I'm retired. I'm a trustee emeritus at the California Institute of Integral Studies in San Francisco. I've served on their board for about 13 years and as a former chairman of that institution in San Francisco. I'm humbled and privileged to say a few words on this occasion to honor the memory and legacy of my grandparents. My parents named me after my grandfather. The Lakshmi in my name comes from my grandfather's name, Lakshmi Narasimham. So I realize I have an awesome, huge responsibility to be worthy of carrying that the name of my illustrious grandfather. I remember my grandparents very well from all the various trips that we would make every summer, growing up, going from Madras to Guntur. I'd like to mention a few of my grandfather's stellar qualities and traits that stand out and while growing up. First of all, he was a deeply spiritual and devout man to his faith. It would not be an exaggeration to say he was quite saintly. He was very principled and unfailingly walked the path of what we call dharma. Dharma, very simply, is always doing the right thing, not situational ethics, but always, unfailingly, unerringly. So he was a man of few words, but his walk was louder and more eloquent than his words. So making him a great role model for all those who were privileged to see him, to observe him, to family and colleagues and everyone. He believed very deeply and firmly in the value of education. And he realized that education is the key to unleashing human potential. And all that he did in the field of education. So these are the two things that stand out, is his commitment to education and importance of education, and emphasizing that in all of us in the family. So today we are in, I couldn't be where I am, and all that I did, or none of us in our family, without his guidance and his living a life of dharma, living a life of principles, and emphasizing education. So those were the keys, and we're ever grateful to be born in that family and to have imbibed his values, hopefully a small fraction. And my grandmother was very loving, and both of them are very loving and caring, and very, very supportive of each other. The synergy was quite palpable. So I'm really humbled and honored to be part of this, and in some small way to perpetuate their legacy. So thank you, Mallik, and thank you, Rice University. Thank you.
Thank you, Prasad. I think I know I did not mention, because I think I was working on the our family tree. Here is the family tree. What we are now 192 plus. My niece was helping me out, Arvinda Kauta, as well as Priya was the one who started a few years ago. So I just want to mention, apart from the various professors in the different disciplines, electrical, mechanical, whatever, and then business and everything. Prasad's brother, elder brother, was the deputy governor of Reserve Bank. It is like similar to the Federal Reserve System over here. So he was the deputy to that. And then Venkat Sastry is that one, that nephew. His daughter is in FRCS. He got it about a couple of, what, a year ago or so. So basically, what I really feel is a person at 5 years with a difficult childhood, he imbibed those values and focus on education, that in a family of 192 plus or whatever, he imbibed those values in us. And I think Prasad said it, we are what we are, thanks to their upbringing. And we are ever grateful to them for doing that. And I think what I feel is, this is not unique. I know we could brag, but there are lots and lots of families. Carl Sagan says billions and billions of people are there who have got that one. And the United States of America gave the opportunities to all those peoples of billions. So obviously, we should strive to give it back and all of that. And one thing that I want to mention, I think forgot where I got acquainted with Mark Putcha. Thanks to Sidney Burris, I became a graduate student in the continuing education. And I have 4 masters, IIT Madras, and then 3 from university and all of that. And I missed doing the PhD for various reasons. And when Sidney Burris told me, then I will do that.
You still have time. You can enroll. Keep going.
And so, but I think that's when I think one of the things that the giving back not necessarily has to be in monetary value, monetary kind. One of the things that I want to do is the intellectual giving it back. And then, as you know, I think worked in NASA and the shuttle station and all of that. And one of the the lessons of NASA is their expertise in systems engineering and configuration management. And all of us, I think in 2017, we got affected in some fashion or other, thanks to Harvey, that happened on August 24th through 29th. So I was actually in Bangalore. And so I called one of our NASA colleague and then said, hey, we need to apply the system of systems concept to solve this problem of hurricane, so that we were getting a recurring kind of a flood issue. So we are in the process of doing it. And then so what I am applying what are the lessons learned from NASA to this problem, so that we could impact beyond the hedges around Rice University. And that's when I happened to get acquainted with Mark Kulsted. But unfortunately, I think, as you know, I think I lost my wife 6 years ago, Vasanta. And then so I was going up and down in my emotional thing. And so finally, I tried 2 times, registered, but I finally gave up last semester. And because there are 2 things that I'm focusing on. One is the system of systems concept. We are trying with the Rice resources and everything. Other one is the spiritual app, Bhagavatam Animuchal, that is for the outreach for the younger generation, the literary and the one. So, and I said, okay, I'm not a spring chicken anymore. So I think I cannot do the multiplexing of the various tasks. So I said, okay, I will focus on those 2 areas. And then I think let the other things go. So I want to identify all the people who are logged in. And this is Kauta Shastri. He is my 4th sister's son. And he was in the banking area. And then this is my 2nd brother's 2nd daughter. And she lives in Austin, and she was in a database area. She was in the Texas state area, if I remember right.
Glad to be part of this. Thank you.
Okay, good. And then she is the Rama Lakshmi Pillal Murray. She is also another mathematician. And my father used to be with my 3rd brother in Madras, Chennai. So she had, Venkat had a long distance, rather distance learning, whereas I think we call the Popeye as the baby, that's the Rama Lakshmi, my mother's name. So she had she was in-house mathematical teaching she had. And of course, this is Prasad Vepa. And so I think he was with TI earlier, and then later on with Amdahl, and then he lives in West Coast, Cupertino. And this is my daughter. Hey, Ramya, you want to show up your face? Okay, thank you. And then that is Ashok Vir Raghavan. He is from IIT Madras. And I think he's on the faculty in the WE over here. And Aravinda Kauta, she is my 4th sister's younger sister. And then this is the Sunita is my 4th sister's eldest daughter. And then this is my Srinivas Durvasala. Anybody, you can't, Srinivas, you want to show your face by any chance? And he is my 4th brother's son. And I think both he and his wife, I think Rohini, I think must have logged in. And this is Jaya Gumadi. He is my, what do you call, our retirement community neighbor.
Neighbor.
And so I think, and then I guess, and then I think I told Kam Duburi, he was retired as the director of respiratory therapy at the LBJ. And I forgot to mention, he's the one who actually brought me to the Rice campus in the maybe around January, middle of January or so in 1973. His sister used Nata Duburi. Okay, she's not there. Okay, she used to be, what is this? Hanson Hall, I think, Don? Jones, okay. And then so he used to drop her off there, and then I used to be in UFH as a graduate student in the Calhoun apartment. So drop her off here and then go that side. So that's how he introduced me to the Rice campus. So I think it has been a very, what should I say, a fruitful and then collaboration with Rice. And I think, as I mentioned so many times to Mark, if Rice and NASA cannot solve the flood problem of Houston, nobody else can. And hopefully we will make it one of these days. So, and so with that, I want to thank you. And nothing more than, okay, I think we need to do the check first. Or you want to say something, or?
Yeah, just a few remarks. Just what an amazing and beautiful way to honor your parents. I thank the Putcha family for all your dedication to education and your dedication to each other. I mean, how each work with each other, you know, to help each other to build this family of 192 people is just, that's outstanding, and a true testament of your parents and the dedication of your parents for education. And I'm touched actually to hear of the stories and the way the postcards of math. It was so touching, and I'm honored to, you know, even have met you and just to learn more about the family. Just please.
I think I will be a little bit flippant. Make sure every dollar counts properly for the education.
Okay, definitely. Definitely going to the education.
Because as somebody said, I'm using some, I worked at Boeing, so I think they had a educational Boeing training center or whatever they called it. So when they were spending some X millions of dollars, the CEO wrote, I think people were asking, what is the potential impact? He said, immeasurable.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Being
true.
a mathematician, you know.
And
On behalf of the community, family, and as a family friend and a family, you want to thank my.
So-
Else, my own association with Rice is in Tennessee.
So
I
I
was
think
a postdoc fellow at the University of Houston, and I had a lot of friends in Rice. I'm talking about. That's also every come and play tennis here and watch Rice games, which they never won.
we're getting better. I think she
make a couple of comments. First, I want to thank Rice University for giving me complimentary ride from the parking lot to the building. Basically, the city of Houston was the backbone of my education at the University of Houston, because I used to ride in the bus to go there. And I want to tell that Mallik did not have, when Harvard came, the systems of all systems plan in place. So he told me to take care of his home. And so I want to, of course, have been always very appreciative of Mallik for the guidance he provided to me, as well as being my brother-in-law through my sister's husband relationship.
thank you. Sarita, you want to say something?
As always, mom used to say one of the ones which you used to say to Amama. I mean, let me say in Telugu what he said, and then Maya will translate it. Amma, నువ్వు కనుక నాకు ఈ గాజులు ఇస్తే నేను కాలేజీలో చేరడానికి నీకు ఇలాంటివి నేను ఇంకా ఎన్నో చేయిస్తాను. So in that fashion, you really kept the word that you gave to Amma. Adi Amma, that mom always used to say that. Tamudu used to say that. So which, and mom used to laugh. So you can
So basically, I think as people can imagine,
when he was growing years.
coming with a small means, one of the things that people, ladies, whether you sell your land or the jewelry for the education. And my mother did that. Because particularly there are a couple of instances where my mother gave away her jewelry for the education of my second brother. And of course, he gave it back later on and all of that. So basically, that is that's the reason why, one of the reasons why I think human beings preserve gold, because that could be a commodity that can be sold and that can be used for one case of need. So I think those are all the various instances where the women in various cultures has helped educate their kids. And I think that's what she was talking
Dedication
about.
and love of parents to the children to sustain the family and give them a better life. That's what it's all about.
So this is equally that you made it Maya, you kept it that way. So always I used to overhear right now also the Amma used to say all the time. So you kept that word which they are not there. We are being proud of the part of the family.
The thing that she was talking about is, because I'm the youngest of the lot, or the baby of the family, and my fourth sister and fifth sister, we were very close. So her mother was only 6 years older to me, and my immediate sister was 4 years. So basically, I was known as a Savitri Tamudu brother, Savitri, and I never used to know by my name. So I used to name brother of so and so.
Yeah, we're always friends. So.
Anyway, so I think now let us do the. You want to say something?
What?
Okay, do you want to say anything?
No, thank you.
Okay, so whatever is the yeah, that, and then okay, we want to keep both the checks. Okay, we will do it later on, I think. Okay,
Yeah, one for the photo, one for the.
you want the real check? Okay. Okay, so okay, what I was thinking is this: we should have my. Let us see. We put all of these. And then, okay, yeah, I think that will be so that you can take a picture.
Only turn this side.
Okay. Raja, నువ్వు కూడా రెండు తీస్తానంటావా? Okay, then, okay. Okay. Okay, anyway, we have an official.
Official foods are always better.
You also please come along.
Okay, everybody take your mask off. Briefly.
You can get everybody?
Yep, okay, yep, I got everybody. I got my focus set right here. Okay, here we go. Flash is working?
Yes.
Can't see it through the camera.
Make sure you got the pictures also.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, we
Thank
need
you.
a Facebook
Thank you,
promotion,
sir.
so need the pictures.
It is all yours now.
Okay.
Yes.
And I'm in touch with your nephew. And we'll try to keep it in.
So you got the real checks?
I got the real check.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And thanks a lot. And then again,
Thank you so much.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Do we want to thank everybody?
Yeah, okay, then I'm going to do that one, yeah, okay. And number one, I think I do want to thank everyone. Ramani, Papa, and then Priya, Prasad, Ramya, Aravinda, Srinivas, And then Satya from our, and then yeah, Aravinda, we all did. So thanks a lot, everybody, and thank you. Bye-bye. And as Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu, let everybody be happy.
Yes.
Now
be
that you
happy.
are, now that you are poor,
And there's plenty of, Hillary, thank you for all your logistics and
Thank you
making
very
this
much.
happen. Beautiful event. And there's some wonderful.
Thank you. And then
pastries and
if I
coffee out
forgot
there
to thank
as well.
anybody,
So,
please do thank on my behalf.
Gifts to the family.
sure.